The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. How you guys doing?
Okay. We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto. 4 pockets filled up with money. Feeling like I hit the lotto. Flexing on all these bitches. Black shirt.
What's up, guys? Back with another new episode of the StyleBeasting podcast with your host with the most, Delton Wall. And we're back with snow. Now, like a week ago, North Carolina got some snow. Well, prior to that, we were supposed to get like 2 instances of snow, but the first instance was like the most patchiest of snow ever. Like literally, if you ever seen a patchy beard, it was worse than that. There was literally, I'll probably say, they said 1 inch, but if you saw on the ground, it looked like less than half inch. But later on next week, we finally got some snow, and I'm a big fan of the snow. I'm not a big fan of cold weather, but snow is really fucking fun. And this is how you know we haven't got snow in a while. I tried to have a snowball fight with my niece with no gloves on. I literally almost got frostbite from that shit. I was like, God damn, the snow's cold. And then immediately when I said that, I felt so stupid because I'm like, I have gloves, but like in my head, I just like, I haven't played in the snow in forever since Durham, when we got that big ass snow. Yeah, it's been since then. And like I said, I always said North Carolina deserves a little bit more snow because all we get is hot weather, cold weather, and that's it. Now, I am happy that we finally got something because I don't know, for the past like the past weeks prior, everybody was getting snow. Shit, even Florida got snow. And Florida, Alabama got snow. And I think it's been at least 15 to 18 years since Alabama got snow. And I think it's been 15 since Florida got snow. So that tells you something, that global warming is a real thing, A. And B, that shit, most people need the snow. Is with the recent events that's been happening, and I'm going to get to Trump becoming president, it was a small increment of seeing snow on the ground, having fun in the snow, and just having fun, especially in these tumultuous times that we're having with all the recent events. Shoot, it's not even the Trump thing that's going on. It's really the fucking, well, actually, no, it's Trump and the recent like plane crashes. Well, I might as well get to it now. So Trump became president on Martin Luther King's birthday, which is already petty and shiesty already. But the moment he became president, he just became like doing executive orders, start doing shit. I think he's going to ask the FBI to overturn the assassinations on JFK and Martin Luther King, which I feel like they're going to use the Martin Luther King documents to try to cancel Dr. King and if not Black History Month, just Dr. King's birthday, which is really be really fucked up and on schedule with Trump. But the list of things they did was take away. Well, he took away and renamed DEI and basically made it like I don't want to say cancer. That's not the right word I was going to use. Saying like, hey, there's no more DEIs on paper. Like on paper, because they changed the name to something else. But they took away DEIs, so meaning back in the day when you couldn't get a job if you and they race yeah, they racially said like classify you like, hey, you can't get the job because of your color or because of you have locks or because of the way you are. They took away that was what the DEI was. It was basically hiring people, more people of color, and take away the how I say the illusion of us not hiring people of color or people of that nature at all because of whatever reason. Now they were hiring them. But since Trump took that away, now it's all going to be like niggas ain't really going to be having work if the corporation don't want to have to. Like if they say we don't want to hire you, and it's because you have locks. Back in the day you could sue, but now it's just like oh no you can't. If you have locks, that's the way it is. So that's fucked up. And there's a list of stores that took away the. Let me look at this. So the companies include Target, Amazon, Walmart, Meta, McDonald's, Ford, Harley Davidson, that's not surprising. Lowe's, John Deere, not super surprising. Tractor Supply, not surprising. Brown Foreman definitely doesn't surprise me. And I think that's it. I think that's those are the initial ones that came out. But yeah, it's basically them niggas. As soon as Trump became president, it's basically them niggas like, oh shit, let me like hide under the coattail of me being cool with Trump so I can like show that, hey, just in case my company fucks up or we lose money, I can ask Trump to help us out. And that's a form of dick eating. That's probably the nastiest form of dick eating because, I mean, they were already dick eating anyways because they probably were against DEIs anyways. They were just doing it just because. And with the recent influx of ICE detaining illegal immigrants and the kids too have been, I don't know, man. It's like worse than what it was last time he was president. Cause it's like, bro, like this nigga's going full force of dictatorship. Now, people are saying, hey, this is in it, because I even had some conversation with some friends and they say, hey man, Trump might be doing something to help us in the end and like help us after about us as the people. But like, I feel like I don't like going back and forth with niggas about politics because it's a never ending cycle and it don't get nowhere. But in my mind, I'm like, man, that nigga ain't helping not a bit of a soul if you ain't in a tax bracket. And people will say like, oh man, like the child support, so there's another thing about child support. So the new rule is if you get child support from the man, you can't claim the child on your taxes, meaning you can't get child support and taxes. Now, I'm on both sides because if the father's not there 100%, like at all, like if he does that whole dance movie where I'm here to pick up my son, he picks him up, put him down and leave, then yeah, I get that motherfucker for all you got, because raising a child alone and you just playing around ain't cool. But for the people, for the women that cheat the system, then yeah, that's fucked up. Don't be cheating the system and shit like that. But like I said, if the father's 100% negligent and not there, you take him for both. So that's why I fall on the line. If he's negligent, doesn't care, and doesn't want anything to do with the child, take that nigga for all you got, because that's your responsibility too. You can't just have a kid run off and just be like, oh, I want some money for him. Like, nigga, no, what does that mean? You wasn't there. So, but I do understand that in the recent years, child support has become a point of topic in the past couple of years because people are just like trying to get more and more and more, even though they already have enough to live their lifestyle. They just want to live a easy lifestyle. But back to the immigrants thing. Yeah, it's getting wild out here. Like, I think a couple of my friends' families might be illegal, and I'm not snitching on because and that's even nastier too. When motherfuckers are like, "We'll give you $750 for either each family or each person that you like call in for ICE." That's nasty because I saw people making jokes on that, and like in my head, I'm like, bro, yes, a good portion of the Hispanic people voted for Trump, and I understand. If you voted for Trump and you get deported, that's on you. You voted for the nigga, and if you thought that nigga was going to help you out, you're stupid. But just to like want the whole populace to get deported is, well, I should take that back. I don't think people want the entire Hispanic population deported. But the ignorant ones that voted for Trump and was like Hispanics for Trump, and then like they get deported. Like, yeah, you deserve to get deported. Like, why the fuck would you even like? You made the block hot. You literally made the block hot. You didn't have to say nothing. You could have kept all the shit to yourself and kept it pushing. But no, you wanted to go for Trump, and look who he's doing. I think it was a report about a dude who was all for Trump and like was like bolstering for Trump. As soon as he won, his wife got deported. You can't make this shit up, bro. Like, how in the world? Like, bro, if you know your significant other is illegal, why would you vote for the nigga that talks about your significant other's race like dog shit? Why would you give that nigga a vote knowing the stances that he takes on people who aren't his color? Like, come on, man. Like, it's not rocket science, bro. It's not. Like, come on, bro. And like, I used to be like, oh man, like we could have differentiated political views. But at this point, bro, it's like, come on, my nigga. You're just getting nigga like, bro, bro, it's gonna get worse. It hasn't been 6 months. It's only been like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. And bunch of families got deported, bunch of shit. Shoot, Trump's blaming Obama and Biden for planes crashing into the land, into the cities. And that's getting weird too and crazy because it's been at least like 5 planes crashing into each other. I think a Black Hawk in a plane crash killed 68 people. I think another plane fell and one plane fell on a mall in Philadelphia. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I feel like it has to do with that. Because I remember them saying there was something about B-32 planes that was messing up, and they would and they wasn't taking the full precaution of going through and making sure they were fine. So like this might be blowback from that. But like to blame like DEI and like black people and Obama, not even just blaming DEI and Obama and Biden for planes crashing makes no sense. Like did Biden go in there and build these damn planes or Obama? No. And they can't even blame DEI for this because it was two white people that did it. So it's like, bro, like, then that's another reason why Trump should be president. Bro, you just saying shit. You just throwing shit at a wall and watching the populace eat it up. And that's another reason why I didn't want to be president. He doesn't know tact. He just says what's on his mind right there and then. And people like that because he's like a normal American like me. No, he's not a normal American like you. That nigga tax bracket is way above yours. And he doesn't care, bro. It's going to get bad. It's going to get way worse. And prayers to all the people who lost their lives or families in that in those plane crashes. That shit has to hurt. And I'm not talking about the plane crash. I'm talking about the feeling of losing a lost one. Because a bunch of and I'm not saying a bunch of people, but a good number of people are saying like, "Hey, I kind of don't want to get on a plane with all these recent crashes." And I understand it completely because it's like, bro, how the fuck did this shit happen? Like, didn't like nobody like. I think they're just getting the planes out of because that Philly shit happened like 3 days ago. I think that Black Hawk in that plane crashing was a no. That Philly thing was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. The plane Black Hawk thing was like another day ago, like last week. And I feel like it was another plane crash in that exact same week. But even still, that's too much happening in 1 week. There shouldn't be like 4 or 5 plane crashes in 1 week. That should not be the case at all. Now, heaven forbid, once every blue moon, okay. Matter of fact, that's not even, I don't even like that. I really don't even want to use that as a leveling off point of how many plane crash, because there shouldn't be none, but heaven forbid one happens. But this is just too many in one time. I hope everybody's safe. Well, let me phrase that. I hope everybody is prayed up, and prayers to the families and prayers to the families of all of the plane crash, all that shit, because that was an unforeseen thing. I would never have thought would have happened. I promise you. So prayers to you guys all. I hope that my prayers reach you guys, and I hope God touches you in this horrible situation. I hope everything goes better in the next couple weeks or years or something. It's sad. I'm sorry that you guys have lost your loved ones in these accidents. But yeah, this ice shit, I want ice. What does it mean? Not demoted. Damn, what was they saying? Deter the cops. Yeah, this don't give ICE funding no more. Whatever, stop funding ICE basically, because I know I'm sticking on ICE a lot, but it's just nasty how they're rolling. They went inside a school. A teacher had to step in, was like, nah, you ain't getting these kids. Like a teacher, that's another thing too. These teachers ain't getting paid enough to be fucking superheroes. Bro, I just saw a teacher take an AR-15 out of a kid's hand and calm him down. Bro, how does a teacher know how to do that? How is bro, it is crazy to me that I'm going on another rant, that teachers wake up, because back in the day, all you had to do was get up, teach kids, show them the right way, and go about your business. Now you had to get up, and sometimes the teacher will be like a therapist for the kids, or like helping through. Yeah, teachers ain't just like teaching kids and just going about the business. They help kids and make growth. The good teachers. But now teachers had to be fucking super cop, or the kindergarten cop for when Arnold Schwarzenegger did that movie. Like, bro, if my teacher took an AR-15 out of a nigga hands and calmed him down, I'm immediate. That motherfucker's about to be super raised. That nigga ain't got to worry about nothing. I don't give a fuck if you did it one time. You gonna get. I'm paying you for the rest of your life, my nigga. Because if you saw that video, he didn't try to fight the kid. He gently took the gun and held him close. And I think this was a little while ago. I don't think this is recent. But I was like, damn. To have that fortitude, to not be like scared. Well, he probably was scared, but like to bypass the fear and to hold the kid in and be like, it's going to be okay, is crazy. And that teacher, I think she was a white teacher who stopped ICE from taking the Hispanic kids. Kudos to you, ma'am. Kudos. kudos. You teachers that go above and beyond shows that you guys truly love these kids, like, and want them to succeed. And that's what we should be doing. We should be caring about these kids, not trying to feel like, not trying to deport everybody so you can get all of these people hype about shit. Because you remember, some of the Hispanic people do the jobs that most Americans don't want to do. So now, if you get a whole bunch of people, if you deport all those people, who's going to do those jobs that nobody wants to do? Unless you just go full robot and just have robots in the kitchen. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, bro, like, niggas won't think. And niggas is cutting their nose despite their face. And that's stupid. Sorry for going on this long ass, like, political rant. I didn't want to, but I just feel like I need to say something, because it's like, bro, this is getting out of hand, and this is getting horrible. Like, this is getting really bad, and I pray for all my friends and all my families and my Hispanic friends and family. Well, shit, if you're an immigrant at all, I'm praying for you that this doesn't reach you and that your family is going to be okay. And sorry about this long rant, but I had to get it out. But in more bad news, now this might not be as serious as Trump or the planes, but this did hurt a lot of NBA fans around the world. Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers, and AD has been traded to the Mavericks. Now, when I saw this, because this happened Saturday night, when I saw this, I was like, this is probably those ball sack report, news report, NBA report. This probably ain't happened. This is probably cap. Until I think it was I forgot who posted it. I think it was Bleacher Report posted it that same night, and it turned out to be real. Now, in my head, when I saw this, because that same night, I think AD was balling, and they ended up winning the game. If I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me make sure, because that was insane. Because in my mind, I'm like, because I didn't know Luka was injured and he was getting himself together. But even still, I'm like, I wouldn't trade Luka even if he was injured. Like, the person who was at that head office was on dope. That nigga was doing kilos of dope in that nigga room. I swear to God. Because there's no, hold on. Yeah, they beat the Knicks. Yeah, they just beat the Knicks. So I'm like, it wasn't, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they won their last, after 4 recent games, they won 3. So it's not like, and it wasn't ass teams. Hold on, let me look again. Okay, okay. They beat the Sixers. No, they lost to the Sixers. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Wizards. Okay, maybe 2 out of the games wasn't the greatest, but at the same time, I don't remember them saying AD was ass this starting quarter, these starting not playoff season. And now I'm thinking, if Luka gets healthy and gets back right, because I remember the Lakers traded somebody else, but I'm more worried about the AD thing, because it's like, in my head, I'm like, you gave AD to the Mavericks, so it's KD, it's Kyrie and AD, and what's my man's name? Oh, I'm so fucking mad. I can't think of that nigga name. It's a one dude on there, that the third best player on that team. I can't remember his fucking name. But in my head, I was like, how is that going to work? Now, AD being the big man for the Mavericks, I can see that, because I don't think the Mavericks have a big man. But the Lakers lose the big man for Luka. I don't know. I don't know, because Luka needs the ball in his hand a lot, because not really, because him and Kyrie was able to get 40 off, so I guess you could do that. But if you got Bronny, Braun, and Luka, that means either obviously Bronny's going to have the ball less because he's just starting out. So you got Braun and Luka. getting the buckets. Bronny as backup. What's that white boy name? Those two white boys. I think those two guys might be a good backup for it. But I don't know. This is crazy because even people even the NBA players around the world are like confused too. And that's another thing too. If the NBA players are confused, that says a lot. Because it's like, nigga, who the fuck let this go? like Embiid, I never seen Embiid look more confused in my life. Because niggas like, huh? I just played these niggas. So I'm not gonna play these niggas with a white boy instead of AD? Oh, this is gonna be crazy. And now I feel like they didn't want to pay Luka the Mavericks because I think next year they gotta pay him like some super max type shit. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, he just took you out to the finals. He's been balling since he got there. And he made the Mavericks more prevalent than when they beat LeBron in the finals and got that ring. Like, I haven't heard anything about the Mavericks ever since then until Luka got there. So he brought you, like, not money. He brought value to the team because he's been balling. Like I said, he's been balling ever since. So, like, just to trade him because this is not what they said, but I feel like they don't want to pay him. Because that makes the most sense. It's like, bro, if I don't want to, if I want to trade you for AD, who costs way less, and I can give you to the Lakers so I can fuck up their money because they got to pay you, then I'm going to win. I'll end up winning in the end because I don't have to pay you that much. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if he did the work, pay the nigga. And it's funny I say pay the nigga, I'm talking about a white man. But you got to pay the guy. And speaking of fucking up the money, I wanted to pose this question. Because I've been seeing it going on the timeline a whole bunch the past couple of days, and I wanted to bring it up on here. Are you guys getting tired of podcasts? Or are you guys getting tired of the gender war focused podcasts that don't like move the needle, or like it's just a screaming match that two genders go at it and nothing gets solved? Is that what you guys don't like? Because if that's the case, then I understand that. Because when I started podcasting, I wasn't trying to I was following the method of the people that led it for all of us. How instead of doing podcasts for the money, do it for the love and do it because you want to. And like I always like saw the vision in that because because not everybody's gonna get to the money. Like I've been doing this for like 2 or 3 years, and I'm like, and I ain't get paid yet because I love podcasting. I love doing this, and I wasn't gonna stop. I mean, I had some fuck ups around it. Fuck ups in the 3 or 4 year run I had, but I still love doing it. Like I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I don't care if I don't hit like $1 million and I just get a couple thousand or 100,000. I'm fine with that. If I get $1,000 for this podcast, I promise you that'll be the day I start crying because I never envisioned myself winning. I just didn't want to be infatuated with the money and forget the real reason why I wanted the podcast. Because we all want money and we all want it. Because I don't want to be a guy saying, "Oh, the money is not what you want. You want to." No. I definitely want the money, especially in this time of era. Yeah, I need the money, but doing it for the love. I guess that's what people try to bitch at about the rappers. Like they're not doing it for the love; they want it for the money. Like, yeah, I love money, but I do like rapping. But some people like podcasting, but love money more. So you're going to get these people where some people are doing it for the love of podcasting and some people are doing it for the money. You just have to differentiate which ones you like. Cause some people do it for the money and still like put out decent podcasting episodes. So I fuck with it. Like I said, you just have to know what you want in this whole thing. You just have to know. But I always say, hey, just find a podcast that you like and go off that. Don't just want to do a podcast because you think, oh shit, I'm gonna get famous and get bread. No, not at all. But speaking of dying, Monster Hunter beta, the Monster Hunter Wilds beta comes out in, I think, like next week. So there's gonna be I'm gonna be dying a lot and killing a lot of monsters because I never got a chance to play it the first beta because I didn't have a PS5. But because I have a PS5 now, I can definitely get the beta and play it. So like I said, I'm all for it. Playing Monster Hunter, I'm really hyped for it because it comes out in the 28th. I got 25 days before it comes out. So I already deleted Call of Duty, so I deleted that bitch. So it's just so when Monster Hunter Wild comes out, all I gotta do is put the disc in, load it up, boom, I'm playing it all day. Don't even have to ask me for shit. I'm not doing shit that you ask me. When that game comes out, I'm playing that game nonstop. So the people that know me, if you have anything that you need from me February 28th, you better switch this days because I'm not helping you. I'm not. I'm just gonna be playing that game all fucking day and I can't fucking wait. But aside from all the political bullshit and the sad stuff going on, let's get into the music. I am the music. So, in a wild week for music, Bruno Mars and Sexy Red dropped a new song together. And the internet... Well, I'm going to stop using it. Well, I'm going to use the internet first and foremost, but I think... Because the internet is more like they don't like it than do like it. Because at first, because I heard it, and I was like, this is... What was it? Is I guess a raunchier version of that Cardi B and Bruno Mars song, but it still has that same Bruno Mars bop to it. But I think people were like, Bruno Mars is going too much into hip hop when he normally isn't going in that direction, because I think the last hip hop song he did was with Cardi B, and that was years ago. And I think in between that version of Bruno Mars, he had that whole Anderson .Paak, I'm in the 60s, 70s disco shit. But I heard the song. It wasn't bad. Now, like I said, Sexy Red is... When she makes music, she goes super left with it. So, and by when I mean super left, I mean like it's a little bit more raunchier than normal. So basically like this, all her songs are basically just as raunchy or even worse than WAP. And people hated WAP because of how raunchy it was. So imagine if all her songs in her playlist is just as or raunchier than WAP. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But I think this song is gonna move. I think Bruno Mars is what's gonna help it move, and I think is what's gonna make Sexy Red probably traverse her normal song drop. This might be her turning point, just like it was for Glorilla. Like, we hate, well, not hate, let me not use the word hate. People don't like Sexy Red music, but I feel like this Bruno Mars might start her down the road of dialing it back. Like, instead of like who knows, she might end up being like a raunchy version of Meg Thee Stallion. But at her raunchiness, like does it succeed her raunchiness? Like, that matter of fact, she'll probably dial it back to Meg Thee Stallion levels. So I think Sexy Red is on brand to get her due diligence, or just desserts. But I think she just has to be vigilant in what she does from now on, because people are already making fun of her, and people say that she's ugly, which she's hella not. I think it's the face tattoos. because I remember I remember when she did the green hair with like a whole bunch of makeup on her face and she covered up her tattoos. She was jaw dropping. That like she's really good. She looks really good. But yeah, I think Sexy Red would be fine. But we do have to take a look at Bruno Mars because I don't know. I feel like that whole era of Bruno Mars doing that 60s, 70s pop thing really got him into like some debt. Cause I feel like he was doing a lot of shit. Him and Pac were like together a lot. And Anson Pat it's not Pac, it's Anson Pat. Anson Pat looked like he was on coke when he was on that fucking album, when he was on the precipice of making that album with Bruno Mars. It looked like he was just doing coke head behaviors. And like he's not like a coke head as in like he can't operate off the coke. As in
stop the cap.
Shit like how everybody jokes about how Chris Brown be moving like he on coke and that nigga just be killing every move. Like if that nigga is on the coke, which I'm not saying he is, but he's able to do backflips and do like head spins and shit, like nigga, what kind of coke is that? So yeah, I think people are saying that Bruno Mars being owing to somebody's money and he's gonna get his kneecaps broke if he don't like put out a whole bunch of music. It's hilarious as shit, but I highly doubt that. I think Bruno Mars just wants to make music with anybody who like wants to. And funny enough, Bruno Mars will, how should I put this? Putting Bruno Mars in your song changes the song's direction. Was Bruno Mars? Oh, okay. I gotta look at this song because I think Bruno Mars, Gucci Mane, and Kodak was on a song together. I don't know. I might be tripping.
These people have turned to one man for the answer to life's great mysteries. That man is Negrodamus.
Yeah, Wake Up in the Sky. Yeah. No, I tell you about yeah. Bruno Mars changes the whole song. I forgot about that too. Yeah, Bruno Mars definitely changes like the style of a song with him in it. Because if you could get Gucci Mane and Kodak on a song and the song goes with Bruno Mars, you could do anything. So I take back my previous statement for what people were talking about Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars could do anything he wants to. Like, I forgot he made that song. And he made that song like it was already good. But yeah, Bruno Mars definitely took that song to like plus 1,000. So yeah, never mind. I take it back. Bruno Mars is good, fine. But to tell you who's not fine in music, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and Soulja Boy. I think I already said it last pod. They performed at Trump's cryptocurrency thing, and they all had their own response to it. Everybody's response was different. I think Soulja Boy was like, he put money in my pocket. Snoop Dogg, well, Nelly said he won, so I mean he won. Like that's basically said like he won, so what can I do? Rick Ross, I think he said he just said basically Big Donald can never win, can never lose, which is even sicker because 2 weeks prior he told everybody like, hey, I'm not performing at Trump shit, it's all cap, and then he performs at it. So a bunch of people came out and said, what the fuck are you doing? DL Hughley and Janae Monáe was both of them said that. And I think a litany of other people have said it. And basically like people were just saying like, hey, this is like, this doesn't look good because like, you're just like, even though if you don't support Trump, you doing it for Trump speaks volumes on us. In a sense, and I guess and I know that sounds crazy and unfair, but it makes sense because if Nelly, Rick Ross, and Soulja Boy can go up there and perform for them, what's stopping the next couple guys doing it? Now, a couple other people came up and spoke for Trump. I think Chef G and a Philly rapper named Vaughn 1700. No, QT 700. That's his name.
I do not know.
Excuse me. And it just shows that us as a unit, will fall for the money instead of standing up for principle. Now, like I said, everybody has their choices. I can't tell you what to do with your choices, and you shouldn't tell somebody else what to do with their life. Now, with that, if a group of your fans stop fucking you because of that, then that's on you, and you have to take that brunt worth of boycotting to the heart. Because if you can do that, if you can sit there and support them, then you can sit there and get hit with the backlash for the support. Now, I think Ice from the Joe Budden podcast made a point saying, if I'm not mistaken, it was Ice, that these certain dudes were in a predicament where they needed Trump's help to get a pardon. Like, I think Lil Wayne had to get his shit fixed. I think Chef G had a court case he had to do. It's some of the rappers with hard cases, because I don't think Snoop Dogg or Nelly has a case at all, or Rick Ross has a lawsuit pending or anything. So I think he's fine. It's the other rappers, and I think that's where some of the rappers come in for Trump, is because he can give me a pardon, and I could go out and I don't have to worry about going to all these lengths to be clean. Because if he pardons me, I'm fine. But I feel like that's a small risk to take on a bigger scale of letting this guy just pander you to a mass of people who don't give a fuck about you at all. Now, granted, not everybody's gonna give a fuck about you, but at the same time, would you grift yourself to races, or not grift? Would you use your image in support of the people, or in support of the races? And that's what you gotta ask yourself. I can't tell you what to do. Like I said, I can't tell nobody what to do. Everybody is their own man and woman, and everybody's choices are their own.
Yes.
And speaking of choices, ASAP Rocky's case is looking crazy, man. Now, there's multiple sides people are taking with the video at question, and there was some extra stuff that came out saying that how the guy that ASAP Rocky shot at text him like 5 minutes later saying, hey, why'd you shoot me? Why'd you doing all this? And that's crazy too, because why the hell would you shoot the nigga? Why would you text the nigga that shot you? That's crazy. Like, if you shot me, I'm not hitting you up at all. I'm calling the police. And so this might be extortion. This might not be, because the fact that this is getting all the news in the world, because this is on like national news, and like they're like, I think it was when Rihanna first came, a whole bunch of reporters was like, Rihanna being there ain't gonna change the verdict or the plea or change the view of the juries, because most of the people up there don't know who Rihanna is. So if people are only there for truth, and that's true. Well, I can't say that's true, because I think Rihanna is now a household name. Like, she's not just like a random artist. Like, she might as well be a household name. Yeah, she is a household name. So I'm not even gonna cap that she is definitely a household. So not everybody's gonna know her, but a good number of the populace should know her. Now, here's hoping that case doesn't go left, because, like I said last pod, he denied an 18-month plea. For now, if he loses the court case, he has to serve 24 years. And he's not going to serve the full 24, but he's still going to serve like half of it at least, or a fourth of it. That's still a lot. 6 years at his age is a lot. And speaking of a lot, Drake is, I won't say doing a lot. I say he's taking the shots at him with stride. And I say that in just because he's on tour now, and he came out with a jacket full of bullet holes smoking, symbolizing that even though he's been shot dead multiple times, he still arrives. So that's fire. I fuck with it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's lame or corny. Now the mass populace is gonna say that's corny, but I feel like it was a right personification of what's happening. Yes, I got shot multiple times. Now, if he got shot 20 times, now if there's 20 holes in the jacket, that's even crazier symbolism. But I think Drake is gonna be okay. Now, he lost the beef. We all know that. And with the Super Bowl and the Grammys, well, Grammys already happened, and Kendrick won 5 Grammys that night. With that and the Super Bowl this Sunday coming, it's going to be hell on earth. So I would say this, Drake, whenever they perform Not Like Us, it's gonna hurt because everybody's gonna sing it. Now, Drake probably already got his get back because I think, well, not get back at Kendrick, but I think he's starting his get back for I think everybody who he initially hasn't rocked with in a while or don't rock with at all, he's just gonna be like, fuck it, it's whatever. So what was it? DJ Khaled posted something on his Instagram saying my album's done. I got all these vocals in. I got 2 Drake vocals in, and then Drake comment under, you must have Drake Bill because you must have gotten Drake Bill. So that's saying like, hey, and he took the whole post down. So DJ Khaled and Drake are no longer working together because there was a 7-minute trailer to this. So if there's a 7-minute trailer to this, chances being that he probably gonna backtrack on that album and fix a couple things. So yeah, I would definitely have asked before doing this. Now, DJ Khaled has been known to do this for a while, but I guess he should have realized with the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, he should have asked before, like just saying like, oh, I got the Drake vocals in, knowing he ain't get them.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
And Drake's still suing UMG. So there's a whole bunch of shit going on with Drake. I don't know how it's going to be in the up and coming months for music, because if niggas is drawing the line in the sand, and I think by the time in a few months we'll know where people draw the line and saying who fucks with who and who's going to be making music with who. But Drake announced 2 albums, a solo album and the highly anticipated Party Next Door and Drake collab album for Valentine's Day. So I think it's going to be 17 songs as they posted. And it's probably going to be a Party Next Door, what you expect from a Party Next Door Drake album, which, since it's coming out in February, alongside Westside Gunn's Hitler Wears Hermes 12 album, is going to be a day for the hoes and for bricks. So I can't wait for that day. But the last thing in music, 2 ladies have sent a lawsuit to the 2 sons of the founding member of TDE for sexual harassment. And I want to make this clear. Please don't use this as a barking point for the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. These 2 ladies are victims in this and have nothing towards the beef, so let's not use them towards that. So, with that being said, let's move on to the manga. I'm gonna start with One Piece because One Piece had the biggest lore drop in a while, so I'm gonna start there. So, in the new chapter of One Piece, I think it's 1038, we get the gang and they're hanging around that giant. Well, the gang split up. Some of the gang went with that giant with Nami, and the rest stayed with the old king of the giants. And we start getting hints, and because we're at one chapter 139 now, and yeah, because 138 dropped last week, 139 dropped this week, and 138 was a big lore drop, like I said, because at the end of the before we got to the end of the chapter, we saw Shamrock's devil fruit. It's just like the nigga who kidnapped Robin during Water 7 and his sword became an elephant. His sword is an ancient Zoan that his sword turns into Cerberus, and it has black flames on it. So now now we know that his sword is awakened, because old boy with the elephant sword didn't awaken, and there was no clouds around. Not clouds, but black flame clouds. So that analogy of, if you're a good person and you're a Zoan and you awaken, you will have white clouds like Yamato and Luffy. And if you're evil and you're a Zoan, your clouds are black flames, as per Lucci, Kaku, all the Gorosei that we saw. Yeah, because every Gorosei had a black flame around them. So yeah, I think that's insinuating and telling us that what the whole schematics of the zones, because we don't really know any more about the awakened zones. So until we get classifications on that, we're just going to go with that speculation. But Gunko and Shamrock leave Loki there because I think Shamrock was going to kill Loki with the Cerberus, but he was like, man, fuck it, I'm gone. Now, them flying off to get, because they're going to subjugate Elbaf. I don't know how, but if it's just those two, I don't know how those two alone going to subjugate the entire Elbaf by themselves. I mean, yeah, no, I don't see them beating every giant. Not every giant. But back to the lore. So Frankie's group that stayed, I think they were talking about how talking about the past of Elbaf, and spoiler alert, Gabon's wife, like if you guys remember Gabon, the third mate to Rogers, his wife, which we found out next chapter, that, and his son that swung on Luffy with that wooden sword and then cracked, that's his son too. So it's even hilarious. It's really hilarious, because before I even get to the lore piece, I just want to understand, how did Gabon impregnate a giant woman? I just want to know that. That's the only thing I want to know. And even though that's a sick what you want to know, that still makes no sense, because it's like, even Big Mom, like, how did Big Mom have 86 kids? And who are these 86 niggas? Because I do believe every father of Big Mom is short. Because I think freaking the pirate mafia guy who married one of those twin girls, she's taller than her dad. And by proxy, Big Mom's bigger than her kids, and by God knows how much. So it's just like, damn, who the hell get bit in that? But that's a thought for another day. More importantly, Frankie comes across this mural, and this mural is a mural of the three wars of Emu and Nika throughout the whole mural, because you see all the race. Because on one part you see, well, hold on, let me tell you. Let me slow down. So on the mural you see the Minks, Nika, Lunarians, Wano Samurais, all the ancient weapons, the red snake that Drogany and Brody brought up, which I feel because the way they talked about that snake with the red line on it, I feel like the red line that people talk about in One Piece is not just a line. I feel like that's a giant snake that's gonna come to fruition later on. Because even because I don't believe that snake on that mural is a metaphor. I think everything on that mural is literal. Because if you look on older chapter covers, the 4 weapons that Enel was looking at on that cover are on that mural. Pluton, which is a whale, is on that mural. So if you hear me out, that whale that Roger's doctor is with, what if that's Pluton? Or what if that's a weapon instead of a whale? Because that is just crazy. Well, no, because Pluton. Hold on. Poseidon, Uranus. Uranus is what Frankie burned. Pluton should be at 1-0. And the 4th one should be the mother flame that the Marines have, or Emu has. And looking through the mural, you see Emu multiple times in multiple different forms. So I don't know. To me personally, he looks like a devil from Black Clover. So I really believe Emu is a devil or a demon. Now, I believe if I'm looking at this mural, it's telling me that I think everybody in the Straw Hats is going to play a role. Because if you look at the people that are helping Nika fight Emu, each of the Straw Hats either are friends with those races that was helping Nika, or they fought with them in the previous like years, and they're still friends. Like the Wano samurais, Zoro's going to lead them since Zoro's grandfather led whatever family member Zoro had led the Wano samurais with Nika. The Minks are gonna get led by Chopper. I think Jinbei is gonna bring the fishermen people together. I forgot the fishermen people were in it. Sure Hoshi's predecessor is in that mural, so she's gonna be in it. I think Sanji's family, Sanji's gonna lead the Germa against Emu, so that's another part. Frankie's gonna be the role, but Frankie's gonna either rebuild the Mother Flame, because if you look at the bottom of the mural, you see a whole bunch of people helping a machine power up. So I think that might be Frankie's goal. Now for Nami, Usopp, Brooke, and Robin, I feel like Robin might has some people behind her. No, Robin's gonna have the Revolutionary Warriors with her. Brooke, I don't know what Brooke's gonna do, unless Brooke summons the undead that fought Emu, which I don't know if he could do, but if he can, that's amazing. Nami might bring those wizards from that place that taught her how to use lightning. She might bring them niggas. Usopp, I want to say Usopp is going to lead the Giants. Yeah, I think Usopp might lead the Giants to the fight, because the Giants respect Usopp. And since Usopp the Giants definitely look up to Usopp. So yeah, I think Usopp is going to lead the Giants in the war too. So I think everybody's going to play a major role in this, like huge major role. Now, that was in 1038. 1039 is when we see Scopper Gaban in full form. And if you guys remember, I know I'm saying this a lot, but you remember that guy who was wearing that straw hat and hanging out just walking around, just hanging out and looking at the Straw Hat ship coming to port. That was Gabon. So I think Gabon saved Kid, maybe, or Shanks did, or somebody threw him in the underworld. Gabon has a key to unlock something, but told Luffy like, "Hey, you to get to it, you gotta beat me in a fight." Now, if we're looking at Rayleigh and Gabon looks older than Rayleigh. I don't know who's older, but looking at Gabon looks like he's been through some things because he has a scar on his face, which he didn't have prior to the Rogers era. So he probably got injured. And I'm not saying that Gabon is weak or nothing, but he doesn't exude. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't think nobody has ever mentioned Gabon. It's always been Rayleigh. So I'm not saying Gabon is weak, but in comparison to Rayleigh, he's probably not. He's strong, but probably not. Well, because these years of him training with giants, and I don't know how to scale it because Rayleigh has shown us that nigga's that nigga. Now, if Gabon I won't say he low divs Gear 5, but if Luffy goes Gear 5 and Gabon does like some outer body hockey move that he can't get hit by, I will be highly, highly surprised. Because Gabon didn't never struck me as like being a super strong nigga, or even not being a super strong nigga, as in like nigga, I'm not scared of Gabon. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. Like if Gabon next chapter do some hockey shit that I ain't never seen before, I'll come back on this podcast and say I should tell myself to shut the fuck up, like straight up. But like I said, we have to wait to see because we're now on break again. So we're going to get another new chapter next week. So here's hoping we get past the whole, because I want to see this story move. Not saying it hasn't been moving, but I want to hear about like what the fuck Gabon saw. Well, no, Gabon's not going to tell us what he saw in One Piece, but I want him to tell us like the truth. Because now the internet's spinning a narrative saying, hey, Roger went to go die because he couldn't fight Emu. Now, that's another thing I want to bring up too. That makes a lot of sense. And I don't know why niggas is giving him flack for that. If I knew I had pirate cancer and my destiny has been to kill Emu, bro, I can't fight Emu with cancer. That's like Itachi trying to fight Madara when he was coughing up blood. Like the time Sasuke and Madara fighting, you want that, I mean not Madara, you want that Sasuke and Itachi, you want that version of Itachi to fight Madara, the nigga who barely could stand to fight Sasuke before he got powered up? No, fuck no. No way. Shit, it was I want to say it's by luck that Roger and Garp when they beat Big Mom and the Rocks Pirates and some more Marines. I was surprised that shit happened. Because if Roger had no, Roger didn't have cancer because Shanks was a kid. So no, it was like 10, 15 years afterwards when that happened. So I'll give him grace. Because now people are saying that Roger was scared and weak. I don't think it was the case. Roger knew, hey, I'm dying. Even Crocus, I think the doctor's name is. Even he was like, bro, I don't know how much time you got. I don't. And if you look at that little sneak peek of when Odin joined the crew and Roger was in his room coughing up blood, he couldn't get up. He was forcing it in. And how you, the greatest, strongest pirate ever at that time, died to a foreseen disease that you didn't have. That's the same thing with. That's why I compared it to Itachi. Itachi was the greatest ninja in the Uchiha bloodline. That nigga had a disease that either he had a disease or it was the eyes that he was his eyes he was using all the time. I think it was him having a disease. Was it? Yeah, because the eyes never made you cough up blood. So yeah, I think he was sick, and that's what happened. But here's hoping One Piece like dumps some more, like not just dumps lore on us, tells us the lore, because I want to hear Gabon what the fuck you were doing after Roger died. How'd you get the Elbaf? How'd you have? I want to know everything after Roger died. Really, I really do, and I want to know if Gabon knows what Shanks has been up to. Chainsaw Man is getting good again. Chainsaw Man is going back to the fundamentals. And if you don't know what that means, it's going back to where Denji's just a normal kid get put through normal teenage kid shit with demons around. Now, in this chapter, there 192, chapter 192, Asa and mainly the War Devil and Denji go hang out. Because I think Denji was like, yeah, you can use me as a weapon to fight your sister who's coming to destroy the world. And I think the War Devil, wants to have fun with Denji. Or I think she likes Denji. Because they're going around. Well, she has a weird moral compass, kind of, because she's a demon, devil, so I guess it's not that more of a compass. She's just going around killing niggas. And she's going around killing niggas the same way Mikasa did when she killed Power. Just pointing the finger, bang, bang, bang. And this nigga's just blowing up. And Denji's like, what the fuck are you doing? Bro, like, you can't just go around killing niggas. And she was like, why not? It's fun. And Denji's having like a weird moral compass. He's having a weird thought process. He's just like, man, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Like, she's having fun killing niggas, and I'm not having fun killing niggas. Because I don't want to kill niggas. But she just wants to, I think she wants to turn Denji into, she's trying to stray his moral compass. So when he becomes a monster, a weapon and starts killing shit, he won't be like, oh man, I killed that dog or I killed that person by accident. Because back in the day, Denji didn't give a fuck if you kill a person or not. But now Denji's understanding like, oh shit, the greater picture, which I respect too. That's character development. But you have to dial back the character development because when the War Devil sat on Denji's lap and they both blushed, I was like, oh shit, Denji's going back to Denji. Which I can stand because you're a teenage kid, got powers, and you don't get pussy a lot. And his main focal point in part 1 was to get laid. And he hasn't done that yet. So that's coming up soon. And I think the War Devil might play a part in that. Because I feel like he's going to get laid. He's going to be like, wow, that was crazy. And then the Great War is going to start. I feel like that's what's really going to happen. So hopefully Chainsaw Man, I think, gets better. Well, stays at this level. Because not saying Chainsaw Man was bad. It was just like all over the fucking place. And I feel like that's how Chainsaw Part 1 was. But we saw more of Denji. And even though I understand Asa and the War Devil are almost the main focal point, we still like, all right, man, like, I want to see more Denji. And Denji had a moment this chapter. He was like, my real goal is to find the Power Devil. And even though she's not going to remember me because she died and she got reincarnated, I still have to find her. So we still had that goal. And I still respect that. So here's hoping Chainsaw Man moves at this pace and keeps this same pace of like goodness or greatness for the next couple of chapters, or finish off like this. And speaking of finishing off, I forgot I forgot D. Grayman was still going. And because Brian's a D. Grayman, like, he loves D. Grayman. And I remember we were in college and we were talking about D. Grayman. Because the reason why I bring this up is because D. Grayman is still going. And I didn't know it was on a 3-month chapter drop period. So I was like, what? And the funny part is, the last part of D. Grayman I remembered was 10 years ago. Everything past that that 10-year gap, I don't know what the fuck happened. And for what Brian told me, there's like multiple intros to Alan's life. And I'm like, bro, I'm not finna be doing this. All right. Cause little refresher course. D. Grayman is about, if you remember what D. Grayman is, D. Grayman is about a guy named Alan with a fucked up hand, gets cursed by these demons called Kumas, gets cursed, gets powers, and vows to kill the Millennium Earl, summon all these monsters. Lo and behold, we found out that his backstory was fake, and there might be like a second backstory in a different body type shit. So I was like, man, bro, keep that shit. I was like, I'll read that shit later. Cause now I'm like, bro, you're telling me Alan has two backstories, and I gotta sit there and like, cause I'm gonna read it, but I'm gonna wait till it's close to be finished to read it. Cause I'm not reading that now. Cause that's just crazy. That put me off because that's just insane. But you know what else is insane? That fucking Red Ranger Isekai manga. That shit is fucking heat. Like, I'm reading it still. The witch still hasn't transformed to a Power Ranger. I'm not there yet, even though niggas posted that fucking picture of her saving the Red Ranger. And I'm like, bro, where the fuck is where? Like, I think I'm on chapter like 50 and she still hadn't transformed. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is this? And I'm not rushing it because I want to take my time to see it. But I'm like, nigga, the way y'all posted that damn picture, I thought that shit was like soon. Cause niggas posted that before we saw the Red Ranger in his dark armor. Like we saw her in that form before we saw the dark armor. And you see a dark armor way before that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, I'm not hating on that because the manga's good. I'm loving it. So, I don't know how many chapters it is there's out currently, but I think I'm on chapter 52. It's still going. It's still good. I have nothing negative to say about it. They really play on that Power Ranger aspect. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a great thing. They should lean on that. And I really like that. I feel like there should be more Sentai-esque shows. Like, I really truly believe there should be like not every year a Power Ranger series, but a couple years. Give it some years. Like after this season's done with. Probably make, well, hold on. I'm trying to think. Is there a Power Ranger series? No, I don't think there's any Power Ranger TV show. Well, Power Ranger anime. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so. I think it's Red Ranger might be the only one. Might. Yeah, I think it is the only one. Oh yeah, I had to think about it. I had to go like 50 to 60 years of anime that came out and had to like analysis in my head. But no, I think it's a good read. I think you guys should really check it out. And I know I'm talking about manga that you guys don't know because it's not that out there yet. But you guys gotta understand a lot of stuff that we read, like Attack on Titan, Bleach, all that stuff is over. Open your mind. All that Naruto, Ichigo, like the only person left out of the big three is One Piece. And when One Piece in like 5 to 6 years, you're gonna have to pick something else up to read or to start reading manga in general. So I'm giving you guys like new stuff to talk, new mangas to talk about because Chainsaw Man's still going, but that's a new gen. But like the old gen, like the OGs, like if you're my age and you start reading Naruto, Bleach, and all that, that's gone. Boruto is your closest that you'll ever get to Naruto again. But you gotta move the old guys out the way for the new stuff, and the new stuff's good as long as the new stuff don't get axed. See, that's the problem too. And I'm going to this little rant before I move to the anime. A lot of stuff gets axed because of nobody buys it or it doesn't get the same recognition. Like I think Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi, if they didn't sell good on that next volume, they wasn't going to make another. They was going to stop, and that was sad too because like Oda gave it praise. I think like 2 other people gave it praise. Each of the Witches Falls Attack had. Well, no, I think each of the Witch sold a lot of volumes. But like, I'm not saying buy every volume of every manga ever, but just buy one, just so it can count towards something. Because a lot of these mangas are really good, but they don't have the financial backing as it does. Because we could say, oh shit, Samurai 8 was going to be fantastic, but niggas stopped. No. Was it not Samurai 8? It was because Samurai 8 didn't end because they didn't have any money. Samurai 8 ended because niggas had to write Baruto. What? What's the one? Icehead Guild, that Viking and manga I liked. Yeah, I feel like if we had more backing, it would probably went for longer. Because like I said, the manga concept was good. It was just fucking Vinland Saga with powers. So I was like, okay, Vinland Saga could go, this could go. And it has a power system, so yeah, we could definitely do that. But alas, 28 chapters, I see how it is. But off of manga, let's get to the final topics, anime. So, Sakamoto Days probably just dropped their best episode. I think it's like episode 4 or 5 where Sakamoto slimmed down and fought Boiled. That fight was crazier than in the manga. Because now it's just like, now when Sakamoto goes skinny, I already know it's going to be crazy in when they get to the next couple of fights. Because that shit, if Sakamoto knocked the nigga from the ground and flew up to the highest point of a Ferris wheel, like I read it, I know he did that. But the fact that he did do that, amazing. And the fight choreography was stupid. Like when Bull threw those bouncing balls at Sakamoto, he caught him and punched him with it. I was like, boy, they care. See, this is how I know I'm not going to trust any leakers from now on. That nigga who said Sakamoto Days was going to have bad animation, kick rocks, bro. That I ain't seen a bad animation scene yet in that motherfucker. Not one. The only thing bad you can say about Sakamoto is the intro. If you want to be a fucking, if you want to fucking nitpick about it, that's the only thing. If you want to say it, everything else is fine. Even the dub is good. If the dub is good, like bro, and the animation is good, like what are we talking about? Wait, what are we talking about, really? But also speaking of the animation, also whoever's still dropping Sakamoto Days extra episode early, I don't know who you are. I don't know who or whose position this is fucking up on. You guys are doing it. I don't know who's doing it, but if it keeps doing this, it will behoove me to believe that when Steel Ball Run gets announced on Netflix, and also when Steel Ball Run gets announced, I'm gonna literally flip shit. When Steel Ball Run comes out and it does this, over. It's gonna be fucking over. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Oh my god, I can't wait to April till they announce Steel Ball Run. Oh my god. But and still on anime, the Red Ranger Isekai, I think they're on episode 4, and like the manga, still good. Like I said, I have nothing negative to say about that anime. It's really good. The color schemes for characters I didn't see coming until you read the manga and you look at the color spreads, because I forget color spreads are far in between. Well, not far in between, because now in these new generation, you get a color spread almost damn near every week. But Yeah, the color schematics for characters are cool. I didn't see the annoying hero sword guy hair being that blue. Like I think in the manga it's like purple blue, but in this one he's just blue.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let's see. Oh, so even though this is not an anime, Power Ranger Gozaker starts soon. And if you don't know what Power Ranger Gozaker is, this is the 50th Power Ranger season. So, and apparently season is going to be about all the other Power Rangers dying and losing, and these Power Rangers being the strongest out of the 50 years of Power Ranger. I don't know, because I didn't watch the trailer. Well, I didn't watch that episode 0, which is like 3 minutes, but it just showed the main Ranger, Red Ranger, standing literally. If you watch G Gundam, in the opening of G Gundam, when the one Gundam standing on top of all the other Gundams, it's just like that. The main new Megazord is standing on top of the old previous Megazords that died and passed on.
Love, honor, sacrifice, revenge, and a whole lot of destruction. Let's get things started. Gundam fight all set, ready, go!
So here's hoping they're cool, because Boombinger, they wasn't bad. It was just awkward seeing tires on their faces like that. Now in this, we're getting back to the old, how the Power Rangers is so like really supposed to look, with face masks and mouths and like some crazy armor on. Like, I fuck with it. I can't wait to see their super armor if they do have it on. And another thing too, please give everybody in the team a super armor, not just the Red Ranger. I understand the formulaic plan of, oh, let's give the Red Ranger this crazy armor, everybody else just be normal. Nah, do the Mystic Force do the Mystic Force thing and give everybody like a second form, but don't just give the Red Ranger, like in Boombinger, the Red Ranger got the 119 fire armor.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
And for the team power up, they just get racing car jackets that like activate when you tap the back of the jacket. So I was like, all right, that's kind of cool, but like I want to go back to the old nitty-gritty Power Ranger. So here's hoping they follows that suit. And who am I to tell them what to do? They've been making Power Rangers 50 years, and they still are. I think I started with Wisteria Wand and Blade, which is basically, I want to say, another Black Clover anime where the main character doesn't have magic powers, but his physical prowess. Well, no, I'll take it back. He doesn't have a sword that can stop magic, but his physical prowess is fucking ridiculous. So basically, take the Black Clover method, but don't make the main character have a magic repelling weapons. He's just really fucking strong. And I think I'm on episode 8. Really good. No, I can't say, like I said, there's nothing bad about it. Like, I don't watch bad anime or read bad manga. Well, I might read one bad manga and watch one bad anime, but to me, that there are a treasure trove of goldenness, if I would say. But I would definitely say watch it. It's a good read, good watch. I don't know. I haven't read it, so I don't know where it's at in the anime manga wise, but I would definitely check it out if I was you. And I would definitely tell you guys, be on the lookout. I would say in a month, I'm probably going to take another break, only because I have a big announcement coming soon. I want to wait till it's established for me to announce it. But I want to say thank you guys for listening. I'll be back next time with a new episode. C'est la vie. Peace.